What's up, y'all? Family, friends, we here. Only Pod Can Judge Me podcast. I'm D King, your host. I got my man to the left.
It's R to the K, a.k.a. Illogic, a.k.a. Illogic 100. Holla at me.
My boy to the right.
And it's your co-host, the boy Wayne D the barber, Wayne D253. Come check me out.
Fellas, man, what a wonderful weekend we just had. We celebrated a national holiday, which is Mother's Day. First of all, just give me a little insight, and you can go in any order. What did that mean to you?
Man, to me, Mother's Day, we wouldn't be here without a mother. I'm appreciative of what she has deposited in me growing up as in a single family household. Only Mom Dukes took care of, and I think she did the best she could with what she had. She made do. So I thought Mother's Day was just an opportunity just to give her salute, give her roses while she's still here, and then just appreciate her.
Hey, you're one of how many?
One of 8.
One of 8. Shout out to Mom Dukes, man.
Middle.
Man, 8 kids, man. That is amazing.
Yeah,
Shout out Mom Dukes.
That's an old school family right there.
Yeah, man.
Listen, Indiana joint, one of them Midwest.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you guys do anything special?
We went out to brunch, went out to eat, went out to dinner, and then it was a nice sunny day yesterday, so we just went and chilled on the beach, had ice cream, and did a little bit of electric biting.
Okay.
That was it, just big chill.
So you was cooling.
I was cooling,
Okay.
big cool.
What about you, RK?
Similar situation. Yeah, we went out to the water, you know what I'm saying, hung out, had a good time, you know what I'm saying, barbecued a little bit, you know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Had a good time. It was cool. Like I said, my daughter's out here, so we went out there, chill a little bit, you know.
Freshly back from college, first year
from
down.
college, man. You know
First
what
year
I mean?
down.
Yeah.
3 to go.
Crazy,
But we
man.
saying 7 to go. Look.
Yeah.
But 3. Look, you do
3.
it.
She talking about 2.5, you know, 2.5, 3. So yeah.
For sure.
What about you, DK?
But before we get
my
to
bad.
me, no, you're good. Before we get to me though, what does Mother's Day mean to you, man?
What does Mother's Day mean to me, man? You know, it's a cold thing that you asked that, man. It's something that means a lot to me, man, because I know I see my mom struggle a lot. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I mean, my mom has some situations. You know what I mean? As I grew up, she's always been schizophrenic. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Paranoid schizophrenia. You know what I'm saying? She used to talk to herself. You know what I mean? It was situations where it was just us. But at the same time, you know what I mean? She always took care of not only us, but all my cousins and all my family, too.
Family affair.
Everybody know they come by our house, they could get a plate, you know what I mean? Sit back and chill. You know what I mean? You're on the run, have a place to stop by where ain't no judgment, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like that, man. And that's why I always love my mom for that, man.
Sacktown.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What
sir.
about you, DK? How was the day, Les?
Man, it was wonderful, man. We started off we went to church with my mom.
Oh, yeah.
For the first time, she was ecstatic.
man.
All her church family got a chance to see me, my wife, my sister, and all the grandkids was all
In the
there
house,
together.
in the house of the
Yeah,
Lord.
Yeah,
Come on,
it
King.
was fresh. And then what I did was I actually took it upon myself. I cooked for all of them. My mom, my mother-in-law, my
Man.
wife, my sister, my sister-in-law, and all the kids. I did all the
was on the menu?
barbecue.
Yeah, what'd you cook?
What was on
Man,
the
I
menu?
did a
Go,
little-
look.
You about to be over, man. I didn't make it, bro. What'd you
Man.
cook, man?
Come on,
Yeah, bro. I did
Put it
some-
on some of these brothers out here, man.
I put some smoked chicken in my smoker.
Come
That's what's
on.
up.
I put the hamburgers on the grills. I put the steaks on the grill. I also had some bratwurst sausages, man. There was to
some
die
fried,
for.
though.
You did them on the grill or
I did them on
smoker?
the grill. Did the bratwurst on the grill. Lorena ended up making macaroni and cheese because Sire begged her.
Yeah,
But she wasn't supposed to do that. But I washed
gotta
all
make that.
I washed all the dishes. She didn't have to do nothing. It was a beautiful day. My mom, mother-in-law, they were pleased, and most importantly, my wife and everybody. We played games. It was a good time. You got to put the AC in the window because it was 90 plus yesterday. It was a
Right.
scorcher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
But to be honest with you, what Mother's Day means to me, like my dad died when I was 3. So my mom put her life on hold for me and my sister, and she sacrificed so much. So it's like there's no way I can repay her, but I just try to show her that I show gratitude towards the situation of what she was able to do, and then to see my wife as an example, I think she's one of one with what she does, and I put on Instagram simply the best, better than all the rest. Shout out Lorena King, my boo thing.
And I'm also salute all the mothers out there who are
sure.
taking care of business, who are doing their thing. We as men and we just appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And I think that needs to be heard a lot more because I know a lot of these youngsters don't have that perspective all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? I think they really need to know that, you know what I'm saying? These women need to be appreciated. And some of these women, you know, you guys got to settle down too and let these men appreciate you too.
Speak
You know
on
what
it.
I'm saying?
Speak on it.
That's
Speak
a
on
fact.
it. Speak on it.
That's
Art to
real
the game.
talk,
Real
you know?
talk.
Man, say it for them in the back.
Like, right? That's real talk. Yeah, he ain't lying.
That's real
Salute.
talk though. You know
I'll be
what I
honest
mean?
with you. I sent to my sister-in-law. I sent her a message. I sent a message to my
Same.
sister. Just the
Oh,
fact
yeah.
of to let them know, man, I'm watching what you guys are doing with these kids, and there's no real roadmap, guys, to parenting.
Nah,
Like
there's
I never saw a book that said how to be the perfect parent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Apple,
kind of, yeah, but is it
doesn't
real?
follow,
In
right.
whose
Can you follow
perspective?
it?
Right, in whose
Right.
perspective?
Whoever's
So-
right, this perspective only one.
Right. But I look at it like, because I got 3 kids and they're all different.
Oh,
So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like you kind of go by the fly of your pants, and you just try to hope that you instill something good in these young people in order to do it. Like I said, you got an example right now, man. Your daughter made the dean list, bro.
Yeah,
Talk
salute,
about that a little
salute,
bit, bro.
salute.
Man,
That's parenting,
Hey,
bro.
salute.
That's
Hey, seriously.
parenting, fam.
I mean,
And- go ahead, King.
I mean, I love my daughter, man, but you know, I gotta say, you know, she makes it easy for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's what she does. You know what I'm saying? She really takes pride in her grades. She takes pride in she takes pride in what she does. But at the same time, I really had to take some time and really game her up and try to educate her on everything that she wasn't seeing and wasn't experiencing, things that I knew from my experience, things to prepare her for the world. Because, you know, like we said, ain't no guidebook to this, but there are things that you notice. There's going to be situations where kids are going to end up falling off, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
there's going to be situations where kids are going to be distracted, or, you know, there's going to be things there. There's going to be, she's a young lady. She's going to have friends that,
She's pretty.
yeah.
Right. She's got it going for
She
her.
got to know
yeah.
what these boys are about. She
Right.
got to know what the girls are about.
It's
too.
my goddaughter.
There's a lot
Right.
there, man. You know, there's a
Right.
lot to unpack. So I try to instill all that into her, and you know, I can't take credit for everything. You know what I mean? It takes a village. You know what I'm saying? It takes a village.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just try to be as honest as I could as early as I could. I didn't want her not to be a kid by giving her too much information early.
Yeah.
Because I see some of them kids at the park, I hear them talking, I'm like, y'all know a little too much already.
Agree.
You know what I mean? So
that's
I let her
real.
be a kid as long as she could. But then as she started to go through those phases, I started gaming her up, giving her the tools for those situations.
sure.
You know
What's
what
up,
I
young
mean?
King? Man, definitely.
Yeah.
definitely
You
doing
wanna
your thing.
expound on that?
Man, hey, I just salute it. I salute it 100%.
Oh, man.
Like I see y'all
Appreciate
doing,
it.
and y'all raised a beautiful young queen who's gonna grow up, and you know, you played what you've installed in her to flourish, become a butterfly herself. But man, you guys done an awesome job, and we hope the same, because we got 2 kings coming up too. But it's like, man, I see what you did. Blessings, King.
But I mean, even for me raising a girl, I know it's one thing, but I know y'all got to be worried raising some young men too.
Man,
That's-
I'll be honest with you. I'm worried to a degree just because of just how the world is. But as far as the things that I've instilled in Royal,
Yeah.
he understands at a young age. Like he kind of got like an old soul. So it's like he's putting the pieces together. I'm not saying he's not going to make mistakes, nor is he perfect, but
We all do.
he's a phenomenal young man.
Yeah.
It's like again, he's a phenomenal young man, and that's not taking anything away from my other 2. But him being the oldest, he tried to provide an example for his brother and his little sister. So I mean, but he watched your daughter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's crazy. So it's just all like the circle of life, man.
Man, it works, man.
It does, and I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
We always as parents say our kids is the greatest, and we tend to think they're great. But like I couldn't ask. I just DJ just went off to he goes to Annie Wright, and they had like a end of the school camp. So they went camping. The school took I think the 9th graders camping. They were going camping like camping in the
Real life camping.
real life camping.
Oh, wow.
Like with
Woods.
in the woods. Look, in the cabin.
And you let him go.
And I let listen, you don't know.
Right.
But so since they was off the grid, each parent got the opportunity to write their kid a letter, and so he got as many letters, like whether it was from uncle, from a teacher, and so when they were out there, they didn't have their phones or nothing with them because it wasn't no signal, so they was able to read these letters.
Yeah.
And just in the letter, I
Old
just went
school.
and just let them know like how much I've appreciated him. First off, he carries my last name, and I know that's tough. I carry my dad's last name, but I only carry I carry his full name, but Dwayne is all my family's name starts with D's. So my mom had to put the D in front of there to make my name Dwayne, but the rest of my name is my dad's name. So I'm a junior to him, but the only thing is I was moved away and I went to a whole other state, so people didn't really know me as a junior. But for me to see DJ, like I see so much of me in him, at such young age. Like say this old soul. Like I think my son has an old soul. Like just nothing bothers him. He just be able to get over things so quick. Just shake things off. And I just simply wrote him in a letter like I couldn't ask for a better first son. Like I could. The example that he's setting for his brothers to come. I couldn't ask for a better son. Like I can only imagine where the little ones will go and surpass him. But he just a good kid.
It always gets better.
Always like when we encounter teachers. We was at a birthday party and one of the counselors at the school was like, DJ, hello DJ, and then just started talking to us. Was like, man, he's just so respectful. I'm like, well, listen, I don't need all the good stuff. Like, tell me you the counselor at school. You're supposed to say, tell me what's bad about this kid.
For sure.
But every time they encounter him, it was always something positive. Like we love having him around. He's just, and so I appreciate him. But
No,
like I
that's
say, it
fresh.
takes a village.
That's
to raise
fresh.
these kids.
That's
So,
fresh, man.
man.
And like I said, it's always good to be able to discuss the fact of even like we're going from mothers to just speaking about our kids. But we about to go hard to paint for a second. Y'all ready?
Come on, man.
But are you guys ready is the question.
Before y'all get started, before we get started, hey man, y'all smash the like button, hit us up, subscribe, man. Send it to your friends, let us know how we doing. Any comments in the thing, look, let us know, and we here.
For real.
Man.
And we get a huge shout
Like,
out.
subscribe, share.
We get a huge shout out to our camera/producer, Saya Blakey. She's in the background, making it happen. It's much love and appreciated. She's making it happen to help us out here. To make this only pod can judge us, man.
pod.
So
Only y'all.
here we go.
Come on.
Ja Morant being suspended again, officially by the Grizzlies. What is wrong with Ja? Talk to me, somebody. Anybody.
Somebody talk with me.
The young man he living in Memphis.
Okay.
He out there, Memphis, you got to get down.
Tough.
You know what I'm saying? So he's out there in Memphis. He's a young man. And apparently, I think he needs some mentorship around him. He looks like he's a young man that's looking for some mentorship. Or he's just out there being active. I don't know. But I don't think he's popping that thing, so that's good.
Okay.
But at the same time, all that gun culture and thinking that just because you got one that makes you a man, that's not what it's about.
Yeah, that's
you know what
real.
I'm saying? So,
Dwayne?
And I'm gonna go even a little bit further.
Please.
We was just in here just speaking on our children.
Right.
yeah.
And this is the perspective that I take from it because he does have a father
Right.
Yeah.
who encourages somewhat of the behavior,
Okay.
the way he acts on some of the sidelines when we see him. I'm like,
That's a fact.
Well, are you an entourage or are you as the man's daddy? Like,
Right.
there's a difference in the two. Like, I tell DJ all the time, I'm gonna be on your sideline being your cheerleader, right? I'm gonna cheer you on, so I'm supposed to. But when I see there's times where I need to discipline you and I need to step in and be a father, there's no 100% out of all that play. Good. That's out the door, bro.
Right.
We gonna do some father deals, and so I'm not saying that his dad ain't taking that role, but you got to think he's almost taking care of his father. Like, he's bringing home the bacon.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
You know,
man of the house now.
he's the man. Not to say that you bring home the bacon, you the man, but
Right.
I mean,
But
that's
you
what
are
it's
a little
looking
bit.
like.
But
That's
you
what
are.
Is it? You think it's more so the thing that is he's the man of the house now, but also they're trying to make him the face of the league.
Agreed.
So is he really smelling himself? Is he really feeling himself that much?
So if I can give a real answer.
Let me hear it.
If I can give a real answer. There ain't no such thing as halfway crooks, man.
No.
That's
They
true.
taught us that. Ja, you are a phenomenal basketball player. Focus on basketball. Memphis paid you $200 million for a reason because of your basketball skills. All that other stuff is child's play. Focus on what you need to focus on, young man, and do what you need to do because these kids look up to you.
That's exactly where I was going.
My sons love Ja Morant.
Right.
But when
Yeah.
they hear stuff like this, and this is the second time, it kind of shows you a difference, I hate to say. People can say whatever they want to say about LeVar Ball, but do you see his kids doing any of that?
Right.
No, not at all.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between, I tell my sons all the time and my daughter, I'm not your friend, I'm your dad,
That's right.
period. And so I can't speak on the dad's parenting because he's grown, but what I can say, if it was my kids in that situation,
Agreed.
I'm going to grab them by their collar and let them know, man, you're representing my last name.
100%.
And you're representing yourself as a man. And you're representing you're the face of a franchise.
And you're throwing your whole life away.
Right.
I mean, that's the other part of it. I mean, all that money and everything sound good, but once you pop that thing in a situation, everything changes. And once you get them outside people involved in your life,
Yeah.
you don't get to make them choices anymore. And if you got to sit inside that cell and think about everything you got, everything you have right now, and everything you're putting at risk, or if in that case it would be everything you've lost.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna be walking out that cell talking about you was the man on the hoop court. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose everything.
Well, look at it like this too, fellas. In all honesty, what do you gain on social media of flashing it? So you're putting yourself at risk for some likes, or for 10,000 people to see it. You're a public figure.
Yeah.
You are a role model. You are an example. And like I said, Ja, I think he's a phenomenal basketball player.
Phenomenal.
And these kids love him. Like you said, they're trying to make him one of the faces.
Yeah.
And he has the ability to do that, but man, at some point in time, Ja, he got to wake up, man, because that ain't it.
But do you think it's I think it's a thing of gun culture in America, man. I hate to take the conversation that route, but that's how I feel, man. I mean, guns are so prevalent that, and I can't remember the sister's name, man, but she wrote a book about it, and she talked about it inside her book where she said, that gun has become a symbol of manhood. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have one to be a man. You got to be that guy that's going to that's got to pop that gun just to be a man somewhere. You know what I mean? It's a psychological thing. Like, I don't even, like, where's the correlation that he thinks that just because he has a gun, that makes him cool?
I have no idea, man. That's a good question.
It doesn't really make sense. So there's something there. There's something else there. And we all see it because we hear it in our music, you know what I'm saying? We see it in our movies. You know what I mean? So it's something really here at the core of it. But it sucks because we can see the implications of it. I'm just happy that nothing has happened yet.
Right.
But at the same time, you know what I mean? He's playing with fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
this generation that we are living in, it's a social media driven.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
As far as the youth, as
That's
far
a
as the
fact.
young,
And
Yeah.
adults.
and somewhat those who are living
Right.
that mind
Yeah.
frame
Right.
of,
Everybody.
of not wanting to grow up. But you're right. You're 100% right. There are old folks who are doing it. But this generation has a strong pull from social media. And we were just speaking on like Memphis alone. Memphis is not a punk to St. Louis. Like
No,
St. Louis.
you don't play in those
you don't
cities,
play,
man.
Those are some of you
You don't play in those cities at all.
And so when I only bring that up because when we were talking about the gun pool, like I think this generation nowadays, there's no fighting. Back in the day when we were growing up, it was like, all right, you had a problem with me? All right, look, I'm gonna see you after school. Or I'm gonna see you when I see you,
we're
and
gonna square up.
we're gonna square up. And whoever lost, I'm gonna salute you and say, hopefully tomorrow, if you want to see me again,
Right.
we can go another 12. And if you don't want to, you took your L's enough,
Right.
you will move on. But I think this generation nowadays, there's none of that. There's none of that going on. But I will say, it's also this is me personally. This is my opinion. I think with the fathers being out of the picture, and the mothers, like we were just talking about Mother's Day, about them raising a lot of these kids. I think this generation of mothers have tried to do their best. But once a kid gets 12, 14 years old, he's feeling himself. Mom can't do nothing no more. Mom can't hit me.
Only
Mom
men
can't
can
raise her
raise
hand me.
men.
Yeah.
So the only
men
thing,
can raise
thing they can
Only
do
men
is
can
lean
raise
to
men.
whatever social media is going or whatever the homies is doing, and they have guns. Even in the rap songs, NBA YoungBoy and all them people who are down there, young Dolph and all them, like they're talking about guns and all that. R.I.P. to them, but they were talking about guns and all that stuff. So that's what the kids is thinking. Like, oh man, if I flash a gun, you ain't gotta know. I'm not strapped because I flashed a gun, so when you come up at me, I'm gonna be strapped.
Yeah.
But when was it ever when we were growing up? Did you ever know I had a gun, but I had to flash it? You would never know that I had a gun, even if I had one.
It was more
I wasn't.
it was more
It was
secret
more of
for
a you
sure.
ran up on me,
Right.
and things got rough around me. Then I'm
Right.
gonna pull it. I'm not just gonna show you that I have it. For
Right.
what?
Yeah, like he said, it's driven on social media that's the thing to become a man. Is like like I said, I would like to just say honestly, Ja, my brother, you are a role model.
Yes, you are.
And you're phenomenal at hoop, man. You need to get some older player in the NBA that's gonna help mentor you, get with the right people. That's gonna put you in the best position to be the best role model you can. Because like I said, we only get one life to live, and regardless if it's just for fun or you're just doing it, you're under the microscope now. And then, like I said, now that the Memphis has suspended him indefinitely, this ain't even the NBA yet.
Right.
This is just the organization. We don't know what the NBA is going to do.
Oh yeah, so there could be a lot more implications.
Right, and that's just the thing, man. My prayers are out to John Morant. That I hope that he can definitely figure it out because, I mean, it's not as good as he is. We don't want to see that as a waste of talent, man,
Nah,
at all.
Nah, about
and,
that.
and I don't want to let it go yet. I don't want to let it go and have a lot of people that are watching this thinking that because I've been there. You know what I mean? I was 14 years old and I used to carry something at that young age. You know what I mean? And it didn't stop. It was like maybe a few years it stopped, and then I go back to it, and then so it's something that I did too. And it was a lot of it was because of that. A lot of it was manhood. You know what I mean? My dad wasn't around, so I'm thinking this is how we do this. This is what it is. You know what I mean? And so I really was out there doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there were situations where, if I didn't have that, it could have got ugly.
Right.
You know what I mean? But fortunately enough, I wasn't out there doing all the extra stuff. And I think for him, understanding his position, he's somebody that's made a lot of money. He's a young man. He's in a city that's dangerous. He's going to have some kind of protection or security around him. Somebody's going to have to be there with him to look after him, right? To kind of have his back. But at the same time, him just flashing it shows that he's not mature enough
Agreed.
to have it.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
And that's the problem.
But the thing is, though, RK, you said, I think one of the key things you just said is that you didn't have a father. His dad is there.
yeah.
His dad is at every game on the front row.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know where the disconnect is, but he has that male figure that's there. I mean, it's like some point in time, somebody, if you love him, somebody got to point him in the right direction. It's like you just can't. If you are going to have him and you have a permit for him, you're well within your rights as a human. But if you are in that microscope and just imagine any superstar doing that is going to make it a big deal.
Agreed.
Because it's a world thing. You live under a microscope.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just that you just got to kind of move carefully, I think, in the way that you do it. I mean, it's just everybody owns a gun.
Right.
You know?
Right. But everybody ain't showing
Right.
it. And you ain't knowing it. Just because you own it, everyone's not showing it.
Right.
So they
Except for
do
Gilbert
have it.
Arenas, right?
So that's where I was going. The only thing I was going to make mention of that because this situation kind of reminds me of the Gilbert Arenas situation. That Gilbert
He was
Arenas,
so good, too.
he was so good, good, and he brought his into the arena, and then got like kind of I won't say railroaded, but he kind of like we know
They
where
made
his
an
career-
example. They made an
we know-
example out of him,
right
for sure.
And it's crazy that I'm like you were saying, Dave. I think John Morant. My kids think John Morant is a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal basketball player, and has potential to become the face of the NBA.
Definitely.
But some of the decisions that he has, two of the decisions that he have frequently just made, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because I'm hoping that I'm praying that he don't get kicked out of the league
Yeah,
or
me too.
they don't make an example of him.
He's so talented, man.
Yeah.
Right, so talented, and the money in the contract, the $200 million that you were talking about, he has that $200 million contract, but that contract don't kick until this year. So if he gets suspended or kicked out of the league, do they have to honor that?
They have to honor it because he signed it. NBA's
Man.
guaranteed money no matter what. That's the
Sheesh.
thing with the NBA.
Oh wow.
It's guaranteed
Man.
money no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so then
Ain't like
so
football, huh?
so then
You get your signing bonus and that's it.
But then so to speak on that is now owners might end up taking hands into their own or taking matters into their own hands, and for the generations to come, stop having guaranteed contracts.
It will never happen in the
You know?
NBA just because, but they might not sign the people
Agreed.
for as much because of unless
Agreed.
that situation. But
Agreed.
the NBA is set where it will, just like baseball, no matter what, it's a guaranteed contract. When you sign, it is what it is. They ain't changing that because the owners, or there wouldn't be no players. If they didn't get guaranteed based off of injuries and different things like that, there would be no NBA. So I mean, that ain't going nowhere. But it just goes to show you that money doesn't even always make it to where
Happiness.
where it's just solid.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's going through. The young man could be going through something. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. So I don't want to place judgment in any way, but it's
And
just
his
a
dad.
tough deal,
His dad could be going through something too.
right?
So we don't know what's going on there. We're looking at his dad like, where are you? Like, what's going on there? Kind of wondering what's happening in that situation. But his dad could be going through his own midlife crisis. He's just now coming into some bread too.
Yeah,
He might be moving in a different way.
Life is a little different when money makes the world go around, man.
And or dad could have been around but not present. There's a difference between being present and being around.
That's a fact.
And that's the difference, like we said, being a father and being a dad. Like I can take care of you, I can provide for you as you're growing up, but am I teaching you?
But
Right.
then there's some dads that grew up in the South and places like that where the gun is on the counter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where
Yeah.
that's their culture. You know what I mean? They pretty much have it by them all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even to that point, I still think that him flashing it, John Morant flashing it for the second time. The first one was a little pew pew, looked like something from Harlem Nights. I don't know what he was playing with that
right,
for.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
you flashing that, man. Come on, man. You that
That
just
was like,
shows.
and I ain't gonna lie to you. When I seen it the first time, I thought it was a necklace. It was so, it was so
Yeah.
baby. I thought it was a necklace. I'm like, bro,
But this last time, that thing was big.
that was
Oh yeah, he
big.
changed it up this
That was
time.
like-
He
that
wasn't
looked
showing-
I'm gonna show you. I got a 9.
You know what that look like?
4, 5.
I'm like, you know what it looked like? It looked like the golden gun from James Bond. Man.
I was like, boy, you got the old gun.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I just shook my head when I saw it because it hurt me. I'm like, man, my heart just goes out, man.
Yeah.
Prayers a job, man.
Prayers, man.
All right, fellas. James Harden, man. I'm a fan. But what is going on in Game 7 performances? What is it? Is it the pressure? Is it
Man.
wanting the season to be over? Is it
I
talk to me?
Man, I think it's the fact that this guy is waiting for somebody to say something to him. He's waiting for somebody to put a battery in his back. I think he, like we talked about on the last episode, is like, why is he so? Because like okay, we were talking about AD, or I've heard AD's narrative in the media that, oh yeah, he takes a game off, he plays a game, takes a game off.
He had 2 back-to-backers, by the way.
All right,
We're gonna get to that in a second. But
But
go
okay,
ahead,
all
go ahead,
right.
go ahead.
But I'm saying with the James Harden situation, that's not the narrative for him. We've seen him hoop consistently. You know what I mean? He hasn't had-
Right.
But I think the situation is he's just waiting for them. I mean, maybe I don't know if it's a respect thing for Embiid, like you were saying last time, or is it something else there? But I think he's waiting for them to put the battery in his back
Who?
and make him.
Hasn't Doc put the battery in his back? He sent them a church song.
I don't
He's like,
know.
James, we need. Do you know your name?
He sent it game
How many-
4.
He sent it to him.
Right, he sent it after game 4, so
Right.
you didn't even listen to that same song 4, 5, and 6, bro.
Right, like
Maybe he needed another song.
Do
You know what I'm
you know
saying?
your
Where's
name?
Kirk Franklin at? He needed some of that.
Man, I don't know, but I'm just like he sent them a song, but he's made over almost $400 million in contracts in the NBA. So if either you gonna do it or you ain't.
Yeah, but he's a veteran. He knows how the league operates now.
True, but
You know
I'm
what
talking
I'm
about. But how do you want to be remembered?
That's true.
Isn't legacy what's important in the league?
Agree.
Legacy's important,
Agreed.
right?
Agreed.
So right now, people's looking at him like he's not clutch.
Yeah,
or
he's not for real.
Yeah, it's like in Game 7s, he disappears. Like, can he not handle the pressure? Like, I'm a fan of James Harden. He's a hooper.
Yeah, he gets down.
But I'm just
man.
like, what
He gets down.
happens in the Game 7s? Nobody's telling me nothing right now. Talk to me, Dwayne.
I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, I've always thought he was a phenomenal scorer.
Okay.
Like, 1-on-1, for him to get 1-on-1 buckets. Like, to me, at one point in time, I really thought James Harden was the greatest scorer.
Man,
in
you
the
went that far?
When he was with
In
when
the
he was with-
history?
in
You
the
mean
history.
in the Steph
when
era?
he was. This is when he was
Wait,
with
in the
Houston.
history. Keep going. I don't want to cut you
He was
off. No,
averaging-
keep going.
go
He was
ahead.
averaging 36.
Okay.
He was getting in all three. He was getting threes, middies, layups. Couldn't nobody stop him. He was getting to the free throw line. I was like, what else does this man got to do?
So you gave him in a 2-year
Scoring.
span, though.
Yeah,
He's the
and he
greatest
couldn't-
scorer ever.
He could. To me, I thought he couldn't be stopped.
Ooh, that's tough.
And
he was killing OKC though,
He
too.
was.
Yeah.
Boy was averaging 34, 30 something. I know 33. I know something.
He had an MVP year, right?
He had an MVP
Yeah.
year, and he should have got the next year. But Westbrook had the triple double, so that's why they gave him the rest. You can't take a triple double.
Right.
But Harden at one point in time, to me, he couldn't be stopped. But with that being said, I go back to what RK was kind of saying. When we were speaking on the last episode, I don't think you say Doc sent them the song, but sending him the song and then getting up there on a press conference and say we go as Harden goes. He goes up there. He gets up there. Doc will get up there and say Embiid is the MVP. He goes to or goes to back for Embiid. He never goes to the back for Harden. Like you said, he sent them the song.
So are we sure he's never went to bat for Harden?
I'm not saying went to back for him like, oh man, Harden had a bad game here. Let me tap him on that. No, I'm saying like Harden, it should be like how Tatum came on and said, I am one of the top 5 greatest person, and then his teammates was like, yeah, salute it, like he is.
Yep.
It should have been like that with Doc. Like when I put up the 40, like your teammates should be coming back. Like Harden can't like out Doc. Harden is you are one of the top 5 greatest scorers of all time.
So,
My bad.
So you don't.
Like-
So you don't think that those 2 games that he had 40,
No.
that Doc was singing his praises. You got to look back at the interviews
Go look at
the press
Go
conference.
look at it. I promise you, he wasn't.
I'm telling you,
I wasn't.
The
He
battery's
wasn't.
putting his back. He got to play, bro. He's a veteran. Name one veteran that does it like that in Game 7s. He's had his own team before. He's had a 1-2 punch before. He's played with great players. He got to step his game up.
Yeah, you're right. But over the past few seasons, has he been that guy?
He hasn't been healthy.
Yeah.
So the last couple seasons hasn't been healthy.
So maybe he's still not healthy.
Well,
I ain't going
Maybe
that.
he's, something must be still hurting.
If that's the case, then he's doing a good job of playing injured.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? He's doing an
Hey,
extra
but,
job.
I mean, you could be injured and still play though, right?
At a high level, can you?
And then you can't show.
I assume
but then you
so.
can't show.
I don't know
you can't
about
show
that,
Spurs
man.
up. You can't go put 45 up in a night.
And then go get 8.
And then go get 8.
Yeah.
Maybe
that
he
ain't
needs that Kobe bat blood. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
When he went overseas, he got a knee done. Like, bro, what did they say he went to?
He's either in Vegas or he's in Cancun,
Right, that's what I
man,
don't get.
that's
with no
right.
shirt on, acting a fool.
That's right.
He's a Cali boy, man. He's an LA boy, man. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm not getting from him. I was hearing. I heard a stat today when they were like, the boy scored 0 points in the fourth quarter of Game 5, Game 6, and Game 7.
And that's not okay.
And then
when you're the second
0
option,
points.
that's weak.
And then they went to as far as comparing them to Ben Simmons. I said, Ben Simmons, but they put up the stats side by side. Ben Simmons wasn't shooting. But Ben Simmons was doing the assists. He was getting rebounds. He was doing all the other stuff. They were like, bro, I would have rather get Ben Simmons on the team. I was like,
Man,
dang, don't do
and
my guy
now that
wrong.
you say that, what about Ben Simmons kind of trying
Oh
to
my
sub
God.
this?
He's trying to-
He tried to throw a little something, a little jab in there on social media.
He
man.
don't have no grounds to stand on, man.
None, right?
Whatsoever.
Zilch.
Is he still going to play basketball? Is the question.
I mean, if he I hold him tonight again.
I heard he had a setback.
Let me
too.
stop. I be
I heard
going hard on
he
these
might not
guys.
make- He might not
My
make
bad,
the start
man.
of summer training
I'm
camp
not-
for next year.
He's hurt?
I heard he got something. I heard he had a setback on his back. That's crazy.
Man.
He got
That's
what?
crazy. He had a setback because he was sitting out a lot because he has the back spasm.
Oh, okay.
Then I heard he had another back injury. That's why he's been sitting out.
Let's not
Heard
get
he
it
had a
twisted,
setback.
though.
What was he doing, man? Was he driving?
No. He just
Driving. Oh my gosh, man!
I'm just saying.
Shots
What
fired.
was he doing? You know what I'm
Shots
saying?
he never
fired.
drive. Look, bro, you don't even
He
put up
wasn't taking a
shots.
shot. I know he wasn't taking a shot.
Man, you never take shots.
Man, I thought you was physically talking about was he driving and he got
That's what I
hurt.
meant. Was he driving?
Because that's
wasn't
what
on the hoop
you
court.
thought he was talking about a layup.
talking about
right. Right, I'm talking about he said he was driving a car and got hurt. You're right. That's why I said shots fired. That's rough, man.
Yeah,
but Ben, you can't be talking about James, man, when you
Yeah.
you didn't want to shoot at all. And like you said, with your physical dominance of your size and the
Man.
abilities and the skill level that you have, it's a mental thing. Something mentally is not right in that situation. But again, like I said, these guys are all human.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think we look at them in a different light because they are professional athletes. They bleed the same blood. They sleep the same sleep.
Yeah.
They use the bathroom the same way. It's just that they're very talented with what they do as their craft and that's their profession. So I look at it like if this is your profession, your weaknesses you should work on to
Definitely.
become better, to where there's strengths. I mean, am I tripping?
You're right. No,
Because, like I said, I'm not going to be in the NBA, and people are not going to just say I can't shoot. Then I'm going to dedicate my whole craft to my whole
whole
offseason
summer.
to nothing but shooting. Get the right shooting coaches. Do whatever it needs to take. You see people develop
Yeah.
over the years to get better. Like they used to say that LeBron couldn't shoot. Now, what can they say?
Right.
Oh, he's just now he
doesn't
can
do
shoot
all
like
right.
it's
Right.
like oh he passes too much. Oh, so now he's the all-time leading scorer as well. But that's a different subject. We'll get to that. But,
man.
what I'm just saying, it's
But-
just like
yeah.
you're watching people
But-
develop over the period of time.
I agree with you 1,000% because we see players that come into the league that aren't all the way there and they develop themselves into it. But then I think that's what it sounds like to me. From a bird's eye view, it sounds like that's what separates
The greats.
the greats, the goods from
Yeah.
the greats.
Goods and the greats.
Those guys that are actually working, because it sounds like there's a lot of guys that come into the league. They've made it through high school, made it through college, and been the guy. They get to the league and think they're still going to be the guy. Then they see the ceiling is a lot higher to be great in the league,
Yeah.
and then they kind of just fall off or take it easy, and they don't develop, or they just focus on what they're good at and don't develop into anything else. But then there are those one guys that actually get better at what they're doing.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I mean, look at that
Kobe
guy's
Bryant.
game.
Kobe too.
He was
I
the
agree.
ultimate worker. He said
I
that
agree.
all these guys say they love the NBA, but they don't work.
Right.
That's Kobe Bryant. That's all he talked about is he had a sickness.
Yeah.
It was his work ethic was one of the most phenomenal.
He's a workaholic.
Michael Jordan didn't want to lose at no cost in nothing. He didn't lose in lines in practice. You guys saw the documentary.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's going hard in practice
So I
when
took
he
that
don't even got to
personal.
and he don't
Everything.
even, and he
I
don't
take
even
it
got to
personal.
practice.
Yeah, that same thing documentary with like we were talking about with Kobe. That's where LeBron got his work from. I think it was in the 08 Olympics when he was talking
Right.
about it.
Kobe.
And he was like,
him and D.
they were
Wade
all
and
partying.
Melo,
They were
yeah.
like, man, we made it. We partying. We going clubbing. They clubbed, and then they was coming in at 4. Like I said,
Kobe
we were
was
in
going.
Vegas.
Kobe was going to
And
the
in
gym.
Vegas, clubs don't close till 4 o'clock. Hey, look, they out there late.
Right.
They was coming in. They said, Kobe, what you doing? Like, we just got done. And Kobe was taking his bag out with his shoes. Like, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go work.
See, he was possessed by the sport.
Yeah.
You don't got a lot of people like that. That's why, which is another subject I want to ask you guys. Which since we're talking about basketball, do people love it or they do it for the money? These NBA players. Because I got a perspective of my own, but I want to hear you guys. Is do people really? Would some of these players play if they weren't paid?
I think once they get to the league, they find out it's a business. They find out that it's all on them. They find out they got to be accountable because they're a professional now. I think when it gets there, you get about 10%, maybe 5% that really still love the game. Like KD seems like a guy. He always says it. He loves the game, and the business of it really irritates him. He doesn't like nothing
He
that
would
goes
play
on.
for free.
But he would play for free. He would be at the park.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean?
For sure.
You know, he'd be one of those guys. But I think there's 95% of the league that make it to that point, and they're like, I don't know if I want to do 80 games a season for the next 5, 6, 7 years. They just kind of fall off.
I'm gonna say 95% of stars do that.
They
I think
love
there's-
it.
No, they'll get paid, and they'll know that it's a business, and then they'll just be content with where they're at.
Okay.
I think there's a 5% of stars, like say KD's one of them.
Yeah.
I think LeBron's one of them.
Definitely.
Kobe was one of them.
Well,
for
I'm
sure.
talking about in this current NBA. Like,
Right.
If we're talking about as a
Yeah.
whole, there's a ton of players who you can go back and really like.
You said Steph
if
would
you
do
threw
it?
a ball,
Steph.
Steph would do it for free.
Steph would do it for free. You can tell by
Yeah.
the way he's smiling on the court. He's just happy to be there.
I think he enjoys playing. I don't think he might do it for free, but I think he enjoys it.
I think Westbrook would do it for free.
I think Westbrook enjoys
he's
playing
in
basketball.
love. He's in love with the game. DeJounte Murray is in love with the
Yeah.
game.
Now, what about Ja?
But I think, and that's where I was gonna go with. I
don't know.
there's a percentage
that's-
of agree, right? 100%.
Right.
I think he's got that dollar and said, "Here, I'm content.
Yeah.
Whether I grow any more from here, I've earned I've earned my keeps." But I think there's and I think it flips when it comes to like role players, like whether it be like Alex Caruso or Austin Reeves or somebody who's really trying to stay on the team. I think they're working and trying to improve because they have to, because there's individuals who are coming behind them who may take their spot. So I think they're still working to try to progress to keep that up. But I think, like you said, I think about 95% of I might even go higher than that. I might say 98. There might be 2%.
Well, you can see honestly, like even
They really love it.
with the pro-am,
love it.
with the pro-am, the crossover that I run, the real hoop heads hoop in the summer. Like the people that, and I'm not gonna say everybody, but I'm gonna say the people that look at it as a job, they don't play in the summer. They vacation the whole time. They do with their families.
Yeah.
The real hoopers, they want to play.
But that's funny you say that, right? Because we heard a Shaq story, and he talked about he used to come in overweight off the summer. You know what I mean? He kind of just, but he always says he came back and he performed though. He got back. He had to play himself into shape and everything, but he performed.
Mm-hmm.
So does it? I mean, is there a correlation there? Did you think he still loved the game, or
Shaquille O'Neal, he is infatuated with the game, but he's also was so big off the court.
Agree.
And he had kids, and he's a big kid. So for him to make it to the NBA was a dream come true. He's a military brat. You know what I'm saying? Never really had a true foundation in a stable place because they moved around. Now his family was solid.
Yeah.
His mom and dad was solid. But as far as the moving around part, so for him, he loved the game, but he also loved to kick it too. He loved to kick. See, Kobe didn't like that. Kobe was like, I'm not kicking it off. And Shaq, no, I'm going to live my life too.
You can tell by the music he put out.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to live
yeah.
my life as well. and I can do both. You see what I'm saying? Magic Johnson loved the game. But Magic Johnson was Showtime. He was Hollywood.
Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's just a
but he
different
was
type
just
of
as-
animal.
Right.
Yeah.
He had to
But I
go to
think he
Vegas.
loved
He
the
had
game,
to get. No, he did.
Yeah, but he
He played it
loved
at
the
a
game.
very high level and
You
didn't
could
care
tell
about
by how he
scoring.
played,
He's a
yeah.
star in his role.
Yeah.
Like I said, you could tell the players that actually physically love it because it kills them. They'll do anything
they consume
to get it.
Yeah, and they love the lights. They love the whole
Right.
everything about it.
And when the fourth quarter comes, that's when they show up, and they're still there.
Yeah.
That's
Whether,
real.
whether they're scorers, whether they're defensive players, whether they're still making plays
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter because they love to play.
Yeah. So that goes back to
James Harden.
to James Harden, man.
And John Morant.
Does he love-
Do you love the game?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
And I wonder if
I don't know. I would like to say yes, but I honestly don't know.
maybe I'm giving him an excuse by telling him by saying he's injured. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just the fact that he just doesn't love the game.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think there's a sense of pride if it's me. If me, Dave King, is in the NBA present time because I love the game so much. That's why I'm still infatuated right now, still at my age, just not even at the playing level, but the coaching or the development stage. Like I'm in love. I watch NBA games because I'm watching what they do
Yeah.
to execute. I don't look at it just to watch the game. I'm looking at the plays that they're running. I'm looking at the sets. I'm looking at the schemes defensively. And it's just, which kind of brings me to my next point of, with the Golden State Lakers series, the adjustment that Darvin Ham made was they switched every screen. Before they were going underneath,
Yeah.
they switched every screen, so they put a body where it was pushing Golden State back and forced the others to beat them. And when they don't shoot well, they shot themselves out of the game.
Yeah. They was,
You know what I'm saying? And that's
by the
that,
three,
that-
dive by
right.
the
And that was the thing of the defensive schemes.
yeah.
And going back to that same, like I say, I watched too, and I think with Lakers making that switch, I thought Lakers took like they had Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
They had Vanderbilt
Garden Steph?
guarding Steph.
Yeah.
Then they removed Vanderbilt off of Steph because they knew Golden State was a screening team. So they knew whoever Vanderbilt had, like whether it been a Clay or a Draymond, they were
screen
bringing them up,
Right.
and they were switching
It
Vanderbilt
fell
on.
right into their trap.
Right onto the right
and then
on
you
into
know
the
what they
play.
also they did? They made Steph Curry play point guard.
Agree.
Yeah.
That messed him up because he had to be a playmaker
Yeah.
as well, and he's there to score.
I thought
Let me
that
cut you off
game
there.
when no, you're good. I thought that game when Steph Curry had 13 assists or 14 or whatever it was, 13 or 14
That's
assists,
scary.
and they made him play point guard. He fell in love. Oh man, let's put the ball in Steph's hands. But if you put this ball in Steph's hands, now you neutralize everybody
Yes,
else.
and that's what the Lakers wanted.
Then like Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole was terrible in the last 3 games, last 4 games.
he had a
But he neutralized
bad-
them because the ball's not hopping because it's in Steph Curry's hands. For Steph Curry and Draymond to lead everything, rather than the Golden State way is get that ball out of your hand, make the right play, move the ball, somebody's open, and I'm gonna knock it down because I got shooters.
Yeah, man.
They wasn't doing that.
It was a huge adjustment, I say, by the Lakers, and LeBron kind of orchestrated his greatness,
Come on, man.
especially in that Game 7 of
Come on,
just
man.
kind of putting everybody in position. He's like, you know what, everybody, come on and ride along. And it was
Yeah.
just too
He
much.
put,
It
he
was
put
too
the
much
team
for
on
the
his back. Yeah.
that game for sure. And the
You
game,
know,
and
and
the Game 7.
AD did his thing. He's a workhorse for
he
sure.
Did, he
You
did.
know
He
what I
did.
mean?
And he stayed healthy for that game, which is good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they
RK, let us know about it. Come on, man. Let us know how you feel,
What?
bro. Like,
I mean,
hear from you.
I never saw the wheelchair, but I heard about it. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder
Them
if he,
boys was dying on
I wonder if he has the
TNT.
big wrap on his head when he went out. you know
Man,
what
that
I'm
was
saying?
crazy,
Oh my
man.
God.
Charles
I never
Barkley
saw
was
That boy got an eye hit to the eye. You leave out in a wheelchair. Where they do that at?
Man, Shaq and Barkley was killing him.
They was killing
Killing
him.
them. All right.
He had to get up and walk out of there because he wouldn't have been able to play the next game if he didn't. You know what I'm saying? They would have checked him out for a concussion.
for sure.
But I mean, Lakers did their thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I think, to be honest, I think the Warriors are just, you know, they got contract negotiations and a lot of stuff on
In
the
bad shape.
plate. I think it's going to be a cold summer for the Warriors, a cold couple of seasons for the Warriors before they do something.
Before they get back.
Before they get back.
Really?
Cold
Yeah.
couple of seasons, meaning that dynasty's over?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
R to the K, he says it on live.
I'm just saying,
We
man.
put that
I
on
think-
wax. And R to the K
I mean,
says
I
Golden
think
State's
it's-
done.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
The dynasty.
Yeah, because I mean, if we had a good
We
run.
only got 3 years.
Had a good run.
We had a good
really
run.
good run.
We got a good how about 4
12
rings?
from
You guys
12.
have- you
Yeah,
guys have
4
four
rings.
rings out of
Sure.
that.
12 to now, you got 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 for sure.
So I think we had a good run, man. I think the contract negotiation, whatever they're gonna do with
Draymond?
with Draymond, yeah, whatever they're gonna do with Draymond, and
Draymond acted like he was kind of playing for the Lakers. a little
Draymond,
bit.
hey, did you?
When he hugged LeBron at the end, he was
Right.
smiling too much.
yeah,
And then on top of
It
it,
didn't look like he was really upset.
I heard that he's talking about going to LA after the season, or
Wow.
that's a rumor though. I
Wait,
don't
no,
wanna
wait.
put
You
no fuel to that.
But then, did you guys see the tweet that he came out with, the video that he came out, or Draymond's own podcast? And then he predicted the Lakers to win it all. He said, if I have to go with a team, I'm going with Lakers to win it all. Like, he was like just bigging LeBron up. Like, they're just like,
I mean,
he's just
I mean, I can see why. I mean, everybody.
I can't do that, and I'm playing.
not when I was just playing against you. Like, bro,
No,
like,
heck no. The competitive.
He was on the court with him. He seen with the bus all they kind of went. They took him as far as they could go. Steph Curry couldn't do anything. A lot of his shots weren't dropping. A lot of his shots weren't dropping.
Klay
You had
Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
terrible.
He was MIA a lot of times. He was clanking. You know what I'm saying?
They call him Pool Boy.
Poole,
Or Jordan
Poole.
Boy.
Yeah, that was cold.
That's my guy, JP.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
He just had a.
he's solid.
he just-
Nah,
he just-
he
he-
over, man.
Did he
just
have a
had
hot season?
He just had a rough playoff
yeah,
series.
he
man.
had a rough series. Both series.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Did he have a hot year,
Rough-
get the
rough-
bag,
rough-
and now he's blowing it?
Rough playoffs, man. That's my guy, man. I love.
We ain't gonna
JP.
talk about the year because the Lakers didn't have a great year either.
We didn't. We had a turnaround.
Oh yeah, thanks to Rob
After
Pelinka, the
turnaround.
MVP
I
of the
agree.
LA Lakers.
I salute him. I'm okay with saying that. You're right. You're 100%.
Don't act like-
But let's not get it twisted.
You know what I'm
Golden
saying?
State was only 1 seed in front of the Lakers. I think it was by a game or 2.
No, it was a game.
So
At the end of the season,
it was
it was
one
a game.
game. So it's like they were pretty much. It was.
Wait, how does that work when the
LA
Lakers
was-
were in the play?
they
They were
were
the 6th
seventh.
seed, and then the Lakers were the 7th seed,
Right.
so they had to play in that playing game to be the 7th
Remember
seed.
the Lakers had lost that one.
Golden State didn't have to play.
No,
them.
they did.
Golden State was the 6th seed.
Right.
The 6th seed doesn't
The
have
top,
to play.
the top 6
The
go.
7 and 8 have to play.
7 and 8 got to get to playing. So what I'm saying that they were separated by a game.
Yeah.
So it's not like Golden State was just doing anything phenomenal. And like I said, I understand those are your boys. And like I said, they're going fishing, and it's cool.
Bull
Better
boy.
luck, better luck next year. Right now, so we got the Western
Man,
Conference
don't try to be
Finals.
cold. No, man, they trying to throw that shade.
Hey.
We got the Western
Willie, man, you know
what I'm
Western
saying, yeah.
Western Conference
They got
Finals.
them boys.
You got Denver and LA. Eastern Conference Finals. You got Philly.
No,
No, you
Miami.
got Miami
Boston.
and Boston.
Miami and Boston.
Playoff Jimmy versus Tatum.
Big.
The Joker versus AD.
I keep thinking the Heat don't have enough, but they keep winning.
They're hard nosed.
They're coaching.
It's a great organization.
Coaching. Great.
Yeah.
Coaching.
Great organization.
Defensive.
Great culture.
Great culture.
Pat Riley created
Great,
that.
great.
And what's the name? The point
Popovich.
guard, Lowry.
He's a
Kyle
champion
Lowry.
though.
Yeah, he's a
And-
champion,
and
but he
he's
play
champion.
like he don't care. Like
And
he play
he's-
like he ain't even really like he don't even have no desire to play. But he makes big plays and he's there.
He's been there before.
And he's showing up and he's a 6th man.
He's been there before.
He's coming
man.
off the bench too with that.
He's coming off the bench.
Yeah,
Who's the starting
they
point?
haven't been starting them. They were starting the shooter, or not man.
Matt Strus.
The little shooters.
Max
Is it Strus?
Max
Stutz?
Strus?
something like that.
Yeah.
They were starting Strus and they were starting Strus and somebody else. I got to think of the other person. But they were starting Strus. Kyle Lowry's coming off the bench.
I don't think it's gonna matter,
Lowry's
man.
coming off.
LA got too much size.
So you got LA. What you? So we're gonna predict it now because their game is tomorrow. I'm gonna get it from both of you guys. Who wins the Western Conference?
LA.
What is the series?
LA versus I'm going to LA versus Boston. It's for the
No, no,
18th
No, no.
time.
But what do you have?
How
to
many
win?
games? Game 6, 7, 8.
I'm going to
Oh, 6, 7.
versus Denver.
Yep.
It goes. I'll say 7.
So you say the Lakers will win 4-3.
Yeah.
Okay. Dwayne.
I got Lakers 4-1. Lakers in 5.
Late.
You heard it from me first.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. They win tomorrow. Lakers in 5.
Lakers in
Is that
5.
because of matchup or?
Like you heard it here first. If we go back and we go rewind the tape because we got tape,
Okay.
I said there's gonna be 2 lower seeds in each finals, in the West and in the East. Lakers is in the East, or Lakers is in the West. Miami's in the East.
Miami.
Hey, your prediction was right for sure on that.
I'm going Lakers in 5.
Wow.
AD They have no answer for AD.
Okay.
I think they could neutralize Joker by putting bigs at him, by throwing bigs at him. And if you neutralize Joker with Denver, they got big guards for Murray. I think when you do that, Denver's nothing.
What about Gordon though?
Gordon Hayward's gonna get his. I think he'll double.
Gordon Hayward or
Gordon
Aaron Gordon?
Aaron Gordon.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon gonna get his. He's double.
Okay.
He get double.
Okay.
But when all that Bruce Brown that we've been seeing, all that what's Seattle Michael Porter? No.
None of that?
What's the little guard that came from LA? Caldwell Pope? No, none of that.
None of that?
None of that. What's the, I got another little.
So you
dude
don't
over
see
there.
Denver as a really complete team?
I see Denver as a complete team. I just think that matchup is
I
terrible.
think the matchup is bad. Okay.
I think the lights are too bright for Denver.
Okay. Who you got? What do you have in the Eastern Conference? Who do you got?
Before we go there, you know this is the same series that was in the bubble.
100%.
Both of them. Both
Yeah.
series was in the
Bubble
bubble.
don't count though.
So wait.
No,
So if this happens,
No,
in
we're
this-
gonna talk about
right.
that.
I'm
Because
no,
if this-
we're gonna
talk about
because if
that.
this
I'm
happens
just throwing
and
shade.
Lakers do win it,
Hey, I think it's a
does that justify their bubble ring?
No, I'm just. That's a good question, but just so y'all don't think I'm shading the bubble ring, I just threw that out there for just a joke. But I think the bubble ring was real. I think that was actually a more competitive series of basketball because it was nothing but basketball. Everybody matching up face to face. You got to see the guys as you walking through the hallways after the
you lose
game.
to 'em, right.
It's very personal at that point. So I give the bubble ring a lot of credit.
So your Eastern Conference.
Boston and Miami. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Miami in 7.
Miami in 7.
I can't turn my back on playoff Jimmy.
Okay.
I like Hemi Butler. Hemi Butler throws it in the next gear, bro. He turns up.
He
Okay.
does. He gets some
I got
bucket
Miami in
when they
7.
need it.
What about you?
You talking about Boston and Miami?
Who you got? We got to put our predictions out there. Only pocket judges.
Yeah, right? I mean, I already picked the Celtics, right? I think the Celtics, it's going to go 7, though. It's going to be a battle because Celtics haven't taken care of anybody cleanly, it looks like to me.
That's true.
They kind of play a little bit better than their competition, but I think they get it
You
done.
got the Celtics in 7.
Celtics in 7.
Who you got, LA or Denver?
I got LA 4-2.
4-2.
Yeah,
LA in
they went
6?
LA in 6. And then I in the Eastern Conference, I don't have a prediction. I just think it's going to go 7. I have no idea who's going to win.
Come on, no.
You got to go.
I have no
Only
idea.
Pod can judge.
Only
man.
Pod
can judge.
Don't
Come on,
make it up.
look. Put it on wax.
Am I being honest?
Put it on wax.
I don't know.
Put it on wax.
I really don't know about that series.
Come on, Cade.
But if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna say what the people what I would say that what they would want to see.
Oh no! What
no,
you want to
no,
see?
no.
Come on, Dave.
I honestly don't have a preference. Boston is 7.
There we go. Look, put it on wax.
Thank
Stick
you.
with that.
Boston is 7.
Yeah,
Boston, LA.
Boston is 7.
Stick with that. Look.
But LA will win the championship. LeBron will get his 5th ring.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think it's kind of scripted for that.
And Anthony Davis hopefully can get his first MVP. Anthony Davis can hopefully get his first MVP. If not, LeBron will get his 5th
Nah, Anthony
MVP.
Davis
He will.
No, they're not going to. Anthony Davis is going to have to get his own MVP on his own team.
Well, that'd never happen then. So I mean, if he's gonna get it, he got to get it now.
I think it happened. I think it happened if LeBron retires and they say Steph's contract is up at the same time. They say Steph to LA.
That'll never happen. No. He will die a Golden State Warrior.
They say Steph's contract is
No.
up at the
I
same
don't
time as
think
LeBron.
You even got the podcast quiet for a second. I was
Yeah,
like, where are you going with this, bro?
LeBron's contract
Where
is
you
up
going?
with each other.
No, sir.
LeBron gonna play with his son. Steph comes back.
Nah, wishful thinking.
Yeah,
Wishful
I don't
thinking.
think so.
Wishful thinking. So you got LA to win it all.
Yeah.
You got LA to win it all.
Yeah.
I got LA to win it all. So I mean, we got LA. What are you guys' predictions for the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference? Please give us your feedback. We love to be able to read through it with the comments, and it's all about the hoop game. Yeah. It's all about the hoop game. Hey, we're gonna go here to a subject that has been kind of, I would say, scary. With the AI, and we have with the AIs we have them posing as the actual artists like Drake and sounding just like them. I need some feedback on that, just on the generation of the music. It's kind of scary to me. I don't know where we're going.
RK, you let us know about that one.
Well, I mean, I heard that they have a version of "Hit 'Em Up" with Biggie rapping it.
What?
Yeah, man, it's getting ridiculous, man. I'm just
It sounds just like him.
just sound just like Biggie was rapping, talking
Under
about
Tupac's beat.
on Tupac's song, saying, I mean, doing a complete "Hit 'Em Up" verse,
Wow.
talking about his own wife and everything.
He's just doing everything that Tupac did, but it's Biggie
But it's
speaking.
Biggie's voice.
Man, I gotta look at that. I ain't saw that.
That's
That is crazy.
Yeah,
What's your take on it, though, RK?
I mean-
you're a music guy.
man, I love hip hop, so I love rap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. This AI. I mean, there's a lot that it can do. You know what I'm saying? I really don't know what to think about it. You know what I mean? I'm from the era of music when music was. I hate to say it. I sound OG.
When
like,
music was music.
music was
Go ahead.
music.
You got to talk
But
your ish.
when you had artists that you was into, and you listen to their albums and you open the covers for our
Right.
ages, CD
That's
covers.
CD
You open
covers,
up that
that's
CD
it. Yeah,
cover
that
and
CD
read
cover
the liner notes.
double
CD
sided
cover was
joints.
filthy.
Yeah, you looking at the
Cover was
shout outs and everything.
Right.
For sure,
Rip
for
through
sure.
the pages.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Who wrote it? Look,
So now,
produced it.
these youngsters nowadays, what they do, they go to Instagram and just watch their lives and their
Yeah.
so it's a different thing.
Talk to us, Wayne.
I'm on the same boat. Like, and I'll be an old head.
Yeah.
When music was music. You 100% right. I love going to Best Buy and the little CD
Man.
joint flipping over at Target or whatever it was and had your little CD, R&B, rap, all
Right,
those. Look,
right.
I love searching for those.
I'm from Sac.
Especially on
Tower
release
Records.
days.
Tower Records is from
That's it.
Sacramento.
Never wanted to
Man.
scratch the CD. You
Never.
got to put it in there
No.
perfectly.
Oh, no,
you got
that's
to
the case.
press the button to push it in and take it out.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Man,
the
remember you had
visor.
the big old
Yes.
book. Look,
Yeah,
the
the
four
big
cover
old
joints. Look, we
Yeah.
was sliding there.
Right.
Had an alphabetical order. I
Right.
had all the R&B joints. Look, I
Right.
had them all. I remember I had my first car was an '88 Buick Regal.
It's taking me back, and that's the car, and that's the car.
I put 212s in that thing, and I had the
it was
R&B.
thumping,
It
huh?
had the R&B
Slap.
thumping down the block.
Yeah.
Woo, 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 woo.
And it just sounds like you can't hear no words. You just hear all subwoofer.
All you heard was
You don't hear subwoofer just.
that boy had good sound.
Yeah,
We get him down the block, boy.
It was thumping.
You about to drop your truck off down the block? You
Right,
think
and
so
then,
much?
then if you don't got an alarm on it, they're stealing them 12s
they-
out the
they
back of
all-
there,
yeah.
man. They're stealing them 12s out the back of there,
And all you
man.
could take off was the face of the deck.
That's
That's
it.
all.
And if you
That's
need
all.
the face of
And
the
those came out later. Those were
and
Yeah,
if
those
you-
came out
and
later.
if you don't take out the face of your deck, somebody else is gonna take it.
Take
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yo,
Somebody got me in my Explorer. Me and Lorena, we wasn't even married yet. We was dating.
Yeah.
I went to I worked in Linwood, and I went to the little Burlington out there in Linwood. Like myself did, left the car on like you think Linwood's good. I came out, the whole CD player face was gone. Like they did it in like 5 to 10 minutes, man. I'm like, man, I didn't know how important it was to carry that face with you, man. You had to
it
take
off
it
the
almost.
car.
It was like your cell phone back then,
Yeah,
man.
for real.
That's crazy.
what was that movie when the little dude got shot in the back after stealing all the CD decks?
Oh, you talking about
Deuce.
OG
Deuce.
Bobby Jones?
South Central.
Yeah, it was South
South
Central.
Central.
Yeah,
OG
when he got
Bobby
shot in the back.
Jones.
Right,
OG
OG
Bobby,
Bobby
look. I'm
Jones.
like, man. But man, to get back to what we're talking about with the AI, like I think we're just light years ahead of it, and I don't even think we even further than that. This is what they're just releasing to us.
Yeah.
I think we even beyond that. Like I said, we were talking about it before. I think we close to human robots. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, man. Well,
And
like I said, they're trying to bring that dodo bird back.
And-
You guys can research that from the prehistoric. That's
crazy.
I don't understand what's happening, man. There's so much going on with science and technology. I don't think we know the half. It's more, like they said, it's more than meets the eye.
And then you're gonna be like, I want to go to a Biggie concert, or I want to go. I never got to go to a Michael Jackson concert.
Man, if you see Michael
and
Jackson,
they're gonna be in a robot.
Have a
Yeah,
straight
and
And they're gonna be
hologram.
rapping straight audio, but you're like, oh,
and how much will people
Hologram,
pay for
yeah.
that?
come on, man.
They gonna pay that
They
money.
gonna pay
Right.
that money.
Right.
That's crazy.
Crazy,
Why didn't we
crazy.
think of that?
I mean, the technology.
Technology
Right.
behind it, like
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
The
Yeah.
technology.
Go in and computers, all that.
I mean, but in a way, we did think about it. If you look at Star Wars and all that stuff, they always got holograms and stuff in there. You know what I mean? Just that we just finally getting there in real life.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think that whole AI thing is like you could bring back, if you're gonna do that, they could bring back Dr. Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech.
Come on, man.
They can have them rapping Tupac's "Hit 'Em Up."
Oh, see, man, I can't do that.
I agree.
Man, like somebody just sent me something about Gucci Man having a clone. Is it any truth to
I
that?
heard-
2
I
years
heard
ago,
about
what happened with that?
They just saying since he got out of jail, he's been a different kind of guy, so they don't think it's the same.
Oh,
doo-wop
so
that
he
used to be.
can't change.
I guess that's what they saying. He can't really change. He can't be a new guy. He's got to be somebody else. I mean, but they say that. But at the same time, when he had that versus with Jeezy, I mean, he pulled up with them guys fully armed, and he was getting at Jeezy, talking about still doing the lyrics to the smoke pack and everything. Hey, that guy, he's still the same Jeezy.
That's good. That's Gucci, man.
Yeah.
I looked in that man's eyes in real life.
Oh yeah,
That's Gucci, man. Mr. Ice Cream, man.
I was hearing Ben Simmons had a clone too. I heard a few people got a clone. They've been saying.
Man, I don't
They
think
said
that's
Ben
scary.
Simmons. They said Ben Simmons got a clone. I'm not. I look like I said.
Why would Ben Simmons have a clone?
it.
The one that can't play basketball?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's so dirty, man.
That's cold.
That is dirty,
So he
man.
got one guy he
Boy,
puts
said he
out
got a
there that
clone.
don't know how to play. The other guy shows up and he can hoop.
Right.
Hey, look, I was talking about the
So
clones,
like Cliff Paul and Chris Paul.
Yeah.
It seems like
crazy.
man, that's crazy. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
crazy. My perspective on it, man, is how far is it gonna go?
Man,
Is it limitless?
it is.
I don't know. I think we're at the beginning of this thing.
Great.
You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot more to come. And like I think I said this in the past, but the way that they're doing things, they're gonna combine what's already there with this new technology, and it's gonna change. It's gonna change things. You know what I mean? It's gonna make certain things easier. It's gonna make certain jobs change. It's a fundamental shift, man. In it's gonna be a shift in the economy for real.
Yeah, and it ain't stopping, man. Which brings me to my next point. These gas prices.
Yeah.
Now,
Crazy.
I drive an SUV. You got an SUV. You got an SUV. Is it not affecting you guys at all? Because it bothers me. I just honestly, I put $120 in the tank. It got me to 340 gallons. That didn't last a week.
Man. Yeah.
Somebody got to help me with some perspective. Where are the cheap gas stations?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Where are they at?
I don't know, man. I think cheap gas is over.
It's over with?
I think cheap gas is over.
I think we'll go back down again. I think we'll go back down.
Down to what?
I think we'll go back down to $2, $3.
$2 when?
It's gonna be high $2, but mid
Man.
3, high 2s. I just think for me personally, when I be going to fill up gas, I need it. It's a necessity.
I don't know.
So since I go fill up gas, if I need it, I'm pulling up.
You try not to think about it, but
I don't. I'm like, look, we need. I ain't got no electric vehicle. I am thinking about getting that Tesla though. That Tesla Y or that Tesla X is a solid car, but
Would you get the Tesla truck?
no.
you want to get the Tesla X, be careful with that, fam.
Yeah, I'm getting the Tesla.
Because you know
Y
you
or
got a little
X.
sickness too. Like you've been
Look,
doing
I've been
say,
going like
let me
go-kart.
practice driving
Yeah,
it. Right,
look,
right.
I drove a few of them already.
Yeah, that's
But they go. That's the only time I'm getting it. But yeah, man, these gas prices, like you say, are getting crazy. Between that and interest rates, when you go look at interest rates for homes, for home loans, even for credit cards, like interest rates is extremely high.
yes, they are.
But the Fed and Feds ain't stopping. The last 2 months ago, Feds went up on their interest rates. So every time they go up, that was when the gas prices and all those go up too.
I'm telling you, these gas prices are ridiculous. I can't find one that's less than $4.37. I'm searching far and wide.
437 is good.
437 is real good.
But guess
I feel that's 479.
you can only get it if you go to the gas station that has the car wash. That means you got to buy the car wash for the $9 or the $7. You get the 10% off.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna have to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
but
a little recipe.
people say go to Costco, go to them. Man, them places be so packed. You run out of gas by the time you're trying to fill up.
Just imagine if you had a Tesla. You had to charge up.
But the Tesla, you just put the charging station in your home.
Yeah.
They're having stations now that are like hooked to people's solar panels, so they're creating energy.
Well, that means
and they're getting the bill.
they're trying to control you. They're digging in a different way.
Oh, I agree.
They have the
AI.
charging station right at
Right.
your house. That ain't really
Tesla,
cool.
Tesla's interesting, right? Because I've been watching them for a long time, and I remember that Elon Musk, right? He put out he kind of developed the technology, as everybody knows, you know what I'm saying? But what he did was he open sourced all that information. So he basically put out the plans for it. Once he developed it, he put out the plans for it, all the gas stations or power stations and stuff,
Right.
so that they could be developed, right? And then the automotive industry took them designs and did an Apple and changed the connector so that you can't use it. The Tesla connector on the.
So Tesla, you're right.
Right.
But he's allowing all the other companies now to use their to all the Tesla stations all over. So they'll be able to use it, but they'll pay him a percentage.
He's also to the moon.
For them using all.
He's also trying to get people to the moon.
All
he's
these
doing-
rich
he's doing
guys
a lot.
are.
Yeah. What's the purpose of going to the moon?
NASA, like crazy.
What's the purpose of going there?
I heard that there's supposed to be an energy source out there.
I heard that's where the rich people are at.
Man.
Between that, I heard the top 5 people in the world are either at NASA or at the moon, or have you heard of something about them being at the center of the earth? I'm not. And listen,
Where's the center of the earth?
listen, you've seen it on the movie, bro. You've seen it on the movie.
What movie?
I'm gonna have to next time.
What's in there?
Next time I'm gonna bring it up.
Dinosaurs?
Like, what is the center of the
listen.
earth? Was
Hey.
it La Brea? When it turns upside down? I don't know what's going. I'm honestly, when you say the center of the earth,
I'm gonna have a movie for you, but I'm like, bruh, I wouldn't put it past it.
yeah, that's
Dr. Evil.
I wouldn't put it past it.
Doctor Strange. That's he can get you to the center of the earth. Right. That's crazy.
Oh,
But
no, man,
you
that
said you
sounds
see the
crazy,
gas
though.
prices getting down to $2. I don't see that, D.
Oh no, that's not happening.
I don't see it going under 4. Like when we had a little glimpse where it was like it was at 3 something, and we was pumped up. I'm like, I remember gas as a kid being 98 cents.
97 cents.
I'm like, what in the world? It's like I really lived that long that my kids would never have seen that. They got to see everything. Like I remember in East Bay when Jordans, the actual numbers, the retros were $99.
99.
Oh yeah, that's back in the day. That was expensive then too.
Right, it
though.
was so expensive.
Yeah.
I could barely get a pair. My mama give me one every now and then, but I wasn't getting them consistently because they was in East Bay. That East Bay was really the
East Bay
Amazon
was
before Amazon.
agreed.
That it would be there in
It
2 to
was.
3 days.
Did you remember when the little honey bun or the hostess packages, Little Debbie's, when they were a quarter? You know how much them the little like
The
honey buns?
cakes and the
They're
honey buns?
$3.49 now.
Agreed.
Right.
For one of them.
You
For
want to
the
know how I know?
package, it's
Because
two-
I buy them still.
you might as well buy the whole box, but the serving size on the box is so small, so
Right.
much smaller. You just get that one and you just pop it. But I'm like, bro, I remember when this was a quarter. I'm not paying no $2.99 for this little Debbie, this little zebra cake. Like, bro, ain't no way, no how.
That is
Crazy.
so. I remember when the apple pies,
The apple pies,
like the
was
cherry
a quarter.
pies,
Just hit.
and you would take them home, put them in the oven, and put a little butter on the
Hey.
top
Oh,
of them.
Was Mama Duke's buying them by the dozen?
Yes,
the whole
yes.
tray, the whole tray?
Because you could go to Wonder Bread and get all of those. Or if you went to the food bank,
No, they have
they
to.
had all the pies in the food bank,
But they had
man.
them in Fig Newtons. I was like, I hate Fig Newtons.
Come on, Arcade. You didn't have it in Sacramento, bro.
No.
That was some
we
good
did.
eating. I remember my grandmother getting a block of cheese that was this long in the brown cardboard,
Oh, yeah.
and you be slicing them that
agree.
thing
That
and
cheese
make a
would never
grilled cheese.
melt.
Government. Oh, and they make the best grilled cheese
Oh
sandwich.
my
That cheese
God!
would never melt.
Or the bologna that had the red thing
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
And then
and
you knew it was done.
Yes.
When it rolls, you just come on,
Bro,
bro.
my grandfather used to put it on the iron skillet
Oh,
and
don't
put
tell
a
me,
little
don't
cut
tell
and
me.
put a little
Oh,
cut.
yeah, put the
and when
little
it
cut in
flips
the
over,
middle.
I was like, and you ate a hot bologna
Man, a
sandwich?
hot bologna
Come on,
sandwich.
man.
All you
that
needed was ketchup, man.
Man, you give my kids some bologna. What is that?
Right.
You gotta have the oven roasted turkey.
Or the good
There's-
Salisbury steak.
Right.
Bro, good Salisbury
Come
steak.
on, bro.
that
Kid cuisines.
That was a go-to, bro.
Come on,
Like,
bro.
come on, man.
And then little Geno's pizzas. The
Listen.
99, it was like 79
Geno's
cents.
pizzas.
It was a little black box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never heard of a Geno's
You can
pizza.
flip
Man,
the
come on,
little-
Sacramento didn't have
you can
Geno's
flip the little
pizzas.
bottom of it.
Nah.
Come on, man. You can flip the little bottom
Yes.
of it, turn it over,
Yeah,
put it in
and
the
that's-
oven,
that's-
and it was
yes.
great.
Come
Listen,
on,
bro.
dog.
This guy didn't he ain't good living.
Yeah, you live good,
You
fam.
live too good,
Yeah,
bro.
no, I didn't have no Geno's.
You have pizza rolls?
We didn't eat no pizza rolls. Now that's good living. Y'all was rich. We didn't have no pizza
Man,
rolls.
pizza rolls was like
No.
59 cents, man, in the
Talking about
front.
to buy that whole bag of pizza rolls. Y'all
It was in the cardboard container.
When I used to go to my white friend's house, they would have pizza rolls. I didn't have no pizza rolls, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't grow up. I grew up, I would say, I didn't know I was poor.
Yeah.
And like I said, because I had the necessities. And then part of the time I lived with my second mom and the person that took on the father role for me. So he had a good job. You know, he worked for the city and he was like a supervisor. So Granted, we did even have cornflakes though, where you had to put your own sugar on.
Oh, yeah.
It had to go to the store multiple times during the day to get it. But you had some of the finer things in life. But Denny's was a big deal to me.
Right.
When we go to Denny's after church on Sundays, you get the Denny's burger combo with a salad.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Winning.
You could get both?
Right.
Like, it's just, my kids, they like, Dad, can we go to Red Lobster?
Right.
See, I used to go I didn't like my mom never used to take us out to eat. I don't think I might have went some other places, but I really remember my sister taking us to Sherry's though. When I was like a teenager, I first went to Sherry's and I got my own plate of nachos. I thought it was the best thing.
Sherry's was the
Man,
pies.
me and Lorena, when we were dating, we had the salmon Caesar salad.
Yeah, the pies was
It
slapping.
was to live for. And you had the big Belgian waffle.
When I grew up, I knew I was poor. We was poor. I ain't gonna say I knew for a fact we was poor.
Did you?
I was eating Boys and Girls Club. They used to call my brother's name was Dennis, and they call him Dennis the Menace. And then one of the dudes, we laughed about this all. You know the coach Rashid Wortham,
Right.
Coach for TCC, used to call him Den Den. Because he was like whatever dinner they was cooking at the center or at the Boys and Girls Club, he'd be like, "Boy, you getting a second Den Den? Hey, get Den Den." That boy loved him Den Den. I was like, bro, but nah, I knew I grew up.
You guys had 8, right?
We had 8.
Yeah.
But I was a middle child, so really didn't really get recognized for anything. So everything I did, I went and got it on my own self. So even when it come up, I never asked for extra, like whether it was food or nothing like that. I would just get what if you gave it to me, I ate it, and it is what it is. But
Yeah, I remember growing up, man. Fruit Ridge Community Center, man. They used to give out lunch. You know what I'm saying? They used to give out lunch in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to go. We used to be up there all for that. Had to get there early and be in line and everything. But yeah, I remember that for sure.
No, that's the life we live. We got a big fight this weekend. We're going to expound on that, and we're going to go to our favorite part, little rapid fire. But talk to me about who you guys got, Haney or Lomachenko, and where we watching it at.
We got to answer where we watching it that question for sure, man. But Haney or Loma, I've been a Loma fan for a long time, but I think this young gun Haney might have something for him, man. I don't know.
I'm going Lomo. I'm going quick answer.
I'm going Lomo too. I don't like Devin Haney's whole little style now. Like since he had changed his whole style, his whole how he be acting. I want Lomachenko to beat him up.
When he fresh off the porch, he acting like he too cool.
I want him to beat him up.
Lomo. Only way Lomo wins is if Lomo moves. If Lomo moves and don't stay stationary, because Haney will sit there and move you around, because he's so flat-footed, he'll just stand in front of you. But if Lomo moves, I think Lomo can get him.
Gotcha. Yeah, where we watching it at? How we doing it?
I don't know. What you guys got?
Whose house was at? I mean, I don't mind putting it on. It could be my house. If that's where it's at.
If you need to call us so we can establish when we get there.
That's where it is.
Saturday?
I'll put it on Saturday. We're there.
We're there then. We're there.
Saturday?
We're there on Saturday. All right. Where you guys watching that is the question.
Let's
and
know
who you
what
guys
y'all
got.
Right.
Rapid fire. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Acura or Lexus?
Lexus.
I'm going Acura. For some reason, there's an Acura. Like it was like a 97. It was something that was like smooth. Real smooth Acuras. I'm like, man, I need one of those.
Yeah, that's cool, but I'm going back to E40 and the Click, man. SC400, you know what I'm saying? Sitting real low. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Act right with it.
Townhouse or condo?
Condo.
I'm gonna go condo.
You
I
condo?
don't like the side by side joint.
They don't necessarily. Sometimes they could be standing straight up. Townhouses.
Yeah, but them townhouses had them other houses right next to them too.
Yeah. Did you remember the townhouse I lived in Kent? You don't remember that when you didn't come around then?
Nah, bro, how long ago?
I lived there too.
How long ago did you have it? How long ago did you have it?
That one was filthy.
Yeah, that was fat.
Right.
How long ago did you have it?
Man, I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember.
I only been married to the wife in 6 years, so
I don't
8
remember.
years.
So, but you say okay? Yeah. Shell tops or Air Force Ones?
Ooh, Forces.
Black Air Forces.
Yeah, I'm on all white joints.
Sean Kemp or Blake Griffin?
In which manner?
Period.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Griffin.
You get Griffin? Who you going?
I'm going Sean Kemp because that
Rain
guy
Man?
he makes children.
Okay. Candles or incense?
I'm a candles, but I do like them little African joints. Them good smelling joints be solid, but I'm a candler.
What you got?
I guess I'm a candler too.
Candle? Yeah. Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings?
Come on, man.
Game of Thrones, GOT.
Game of Thrones win that hands down.
Hands down?
Hands down.
You'd be surprised at people's response to that. A lot of people like that, the Lord of the Rings one.
Well, they never seen the Red Wedding.
With Frodo Baggins.
You know what I'm saying?
Superman or Batman?
I'm gonna go Batman.
I'm Batman.
Batman, okay.
I'm Batman.
Superman.
Churches or Popeyes?
They're both gross, but I'm gonna go Popeyes.
Popeyes, yeah.
Church's
Popeyes.
biscuit. Church's got a good biscuit though, and apple pies.
Contacts or glasses?
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Short story, real quick. A lot of y'all might know I got a prosthetic lens in, but I grew up having a blue eye. So I grew up having one blue eye and one glaucoma, and cataracts makes your eye change because of the pressure in your eye. It changes from whatever color you have to blue. So usually people who have high or glaucoma, not blonde hair, blue eyes, but they naturally got it. But people who are African American, they have the blue eye. So I had one blue eye and one brown eye. So I was like, man, dang, how can I make both of them brown?
Contacts.
So look, no. I couldn't put no contact in the pressure one.
Gotcha.
So I was like, here, I didn't know how many black brothers you know have blue eyes.
Not a whole lot.
I don't even know I'm no one. with
Right,
blue eyes.
right.
So I'm like, I couldn't put a blue contact in. I was always wondering, like, man, let me put a blue contact in so I can have two blue eyes. But I couldn't see out of the other eyes. So.
Okay.
Shout out to my nephew with blue eyes.
Yeah, he does for sure.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got,
he does got blue
you
eyes?
got contacts?
Man.
What you say? Contact?
Glasses, man. I can't do contacts.
Reggie Miller or Ray Allen?
Come on, man. Reggie. I'm from Indiana. I will represent Indiana.
I understand that.
Don't do me like that.
What you got?
Look,
Reggie Miller or Ray Allen?
Miller time, baby.
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Yeah, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Cash money or no limit?
Oh, Cash Money.
Ooh.
I'm no limiter. I'm
And
a
the
no
last
limiter.
one, Tanker Joe. Ooh, they're both speechless.
Joe.
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 Tank's a better singer.
But
Tank.
who just pick
I'm
one?
going
Joe
of them.
got some.
I'm going
Joe
Tank.
got some.
Tank got some
though.
songs.
Joe got
Tank
some
got
songs
some-
though.
Hey, that only Joe song that doo doo doo. What's the airport one when he's in the airplane? What's that one? What's the song when Joe?
I don't know. I didn't watch the video, but I was just saying.
Hey,
How did it go?
hold on. We gonna come
on,
back to
Joe
that
got
next
the
week.
power
We gonna
song,
come
man,
back to
come
next
on.
week. But I'm gonna say this:
Tank for sure.
Joe got power
Tank goes.
songs.
it's been amazing, gentlemen.
Tank goes.
Another episode, man. It's
Yes,
a pleasure
sir.
working with you today.
Man.
R to the Kizzle.
Yeah,
Come on,
Definitely.
man. Wayne D,
Wayne
DK,
D, hey.
RK.
Hey, before
sir.
we
Logic.
sign off, we like to say, man, only Pod can judge us, man. We thank you guys for listening. Hope you like and share, and please comment. Before we get out of here, Wayne D, talk to us.
Last thing. I like to send shout outs to companies. This is whose company is this? Dang, look. Oh man, I forgot. We
It says Stage Crew.
I know, but it's Kev on stage. Kev on stage. I went to this
Okay.
comedy show.
Okay.
And
Shout out to
supported him,
Kev.
man. Shout out to Kev, man. Kev on stage. I appreciate you. Look, but if you have any apparel, put it in the comments. I like to advertise. I like to patronize, as Dave would say. I patronize them. So look.
What you got, R to the Kizzle?
Nothing much, man. I don't have any announcements. Just say, everybody, take your time, think differently, be safe out here. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I would like to say, man, have a wonderful week, man. Every day, try to be better than you were the day before. Focus on what you can change and change what you can focus on.
Only
We out.
God can judge me.
Only Pod can judge us. We out.
Yeah.
This one killed off